What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all having an amazing day. I'm Enzo. You're watching Enzo's Geckos. Today I'm actually wearing a gecko shirt for once. So I thought that was pretty cool. It was a good occasion to make a video today while I'm wearing this shirt. But anyway, today's video is about a leopard gecko setup. So this is how you can set up your leopard geckos if it's a pet, if you want to breed them. But this is the ideal care for them. This does not include the food that they need. Does not include multivitamins or any of that kind of stuff. This is basically just a setup that I highly recommend to anybody who's looking beginner leopard gecko breeder or even advanced keepers can keep them like this. But I think that it's a really good setup. All my leopard geckos that I keep are incredibly healthy, and I've been using this setup for a while now. Our channel is growing. We're about to hit 200 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I feel like we just hit 100 subscribers not that long ago, and we're already taking off. So thank you guys so much for being on this journey with me on YouTube. So let's get right into the video and right into the setup. Alright, so first off, I either keep my leopard geckos in a huge bin like this one. This one might be like for a female that's going to be breeding with a male, maybe a larger female. Or, you know, that I'll keep the male in there with the female for a couple days, or just one that I feel like a larger female would enjoy more. And this is a little bit smaller bin that I do keep most of my geckos in. Of course, you can see there. You can use one of these two bins, but for the video, I'm going to use the big one because I'm sure that a lot of you guys aren't breeders and you guys just have pets. So this one is more of like a breeder size bin that goes better for breeders. So we're going to be focusing on a bigger sized one for your pet. So even if you want to have like a budget leopard gecko setup and you don't want to go out and buy, you know, $100 terrarium or whatever, you can totally get one of these for, you know, I don't know, 10 bucks, 5 bucks. I'm not sure how much these are, but anyway, total budget setup right here that I want to show you guys. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to get some paper towels and we're just going to kind of fill in the spots where, you know, the leopard gecko will be living. So you just get paper towels right here. There's some right there. Super easy. Maybe get a couple more for the bottom. Just kind of set it up like that. So this is what I like to use as a substrate just because paper towels are cheap. And you can just, if they're dirty, you just throw them out, put new ones in. Super easy to clean, and it's really efficient. So I just like paper towels the most. But this is what I start off with. And then after I go from right here, I've got the substrate in. Then I go, okay, now where do I want the hide boxes to be? So if I choose a hide, maybe I've got a couple different hide options. This is what I use for my hide boxes. They're awesome. They've got little water dishes up top. You know, these ones look a little bit more like a cave instead of like a rounded hide. So it just kind of makes it, even though it is still plastic and everything, it still makes it a little bit more, I don't know, leopard gecko, natural habitat-esque, if you want to call it that. So I have the hide box, right? And I decide where I want the warm side of the tub to be. So if I want the warm side here, here, whichever I want it to be. For me, it's in the back. So in the very back, there's just a long strip of heat tape that goes under here in the racks. And I go, okay, well now I want to have the warm hide. So I can put this here, you know, however I want, kind of in the corner just so that they do feel comfortable. So let's say you just want like a small corner if it's warm. So you could put you know, a heat pad right under here, and then you can put this there. So okay, you have now dedicated this as your warm hide box for the leopard gecko. So now that's step one done, you have the warm hide. So then step two, of course, would be a hide that would be on the colder side. So same thing, I'm going to use another one of these boxes for the cold side. So I can just put it over here, maybe where I think it's going to be, you know, a little bit lower temperature. So warm side, right around 90 degrees, you know, 89 to 92 is usually where it's fine. You do want to monitor it, which I highly recommend. You might want to keep a handy dandy thermometer right over to the side. I don't use this one, that's why it's all wrapped up. But essentially you kind of just put this wherever you want to test the temperature, and then the reading will be on here. So it's a great way to regulate the temperature and make it warmer or colder based on what the thermometer reads. So anyway, I've got the warm side here, I've got a cold side here, you know, I've got the substrate, it's all good. I've identified where I want the heat source to be and the cold to be. Next, let's go to our humid hide, and I'll make that real quick. Okay, so here we have our humid hide. All we need is just literally a dollar store container. Went to the dollar store, got this, cut a little hole out. You can use a knife, you could use scissors if you want. You could use, I guess, a power drill with a big head to just cut it out. So then for the humid hide, pretty much for me, what I do, unless it's breeding season and I need to, you know, put Eco Earth, whatever substrate in there, I just get a paper towel like that, put it in there. I pretty much just spray it down to the point where the entire paper towel is wet. So now the paper towel is wet, put the top back on to kind of keep the humidity. And I recommend getting a hide that might be a little bit darker. I mean, this one is definitely, you know, see-through sides and the top is see-through. But maybe if you get one that's all black or less transparent, the gecko just feels more comforted because it's just darker for them and they feel like they're hidden because that's where they would be in the wild under rocks. So I would say, okay, I want this corner right here to be my humid hide. So now my gecko has 3 hides. It has a warm hide, it has a cold hide, and it has a humid hide. There's water dishes on both of them, so I can either fill one or the other, or the gecko could just get its water and everything, all the water it needs from the humid hide. So this is a perfect setup that you want. The only thing I'm missing now is a food dish. Alright, here we go. Food dish. This is a rainbow mealworms food dish. Super simple. So whatever you prefer to feed your animal, it will actually stay in here because the feeders can't really escape this just because the lid is facing down, so when they try and crawl out the sides, it's not going to happen. So I like to put it on the warm side. I don't know why. It just makes the gecko sometimes feel better eating on the warm side. Or you could totally put it on the cold side. You could put it, you know, right next to the hide. You can put it wherever you want. So for this video, I'm just going to put it right next to its warm hide. And then another thing to keep in mind that's interesting about leopard geckos is they only will poop in one corner. So you can kind of dedicate one corner of the cage. In this case right here would be the corner that I kind of dedicate for the gecko to go poop in, because it'll always go in that one spot. That's one of the greatest things about leopard geckos is that they does not poop everywhere in their enclosure. It's usually just in one corner, and that makes it super easy to clean, especially if you have paper towels there. It just makes cleaning go like that. I mean, really, it's fast. So the only thing I'm missing now is my leopard gecko that I want to put in here. So for the video, I'm going to put this gecko in here and show you guys how. Let's just say I got this gecko right from an expo, got it from a shipping, whatever it is. Here's the gecko, and now it's in its new enclosure. So I can just put her in here. She can just kind of check it out. You know, she'll probably go into one of the hides. It's not likely that a gecko is just going to be walking around for a while, but now that she is in her new home, she can kind of explore a little bit, get a feel for where the warm side and the cool side of the cage is. This is the entire setup that you need for a leopard gecko. It's really that simple. If you want to make a setup like this, you could either put it in a rack or you could put a lid on it on the top. Something super, super simple. For me, if I were to, if she were to live in this right now, I would just slide it into my rack, which has heat tape, like 3-inch or 4-inch flex watt heat tape that's just on the bottom. That is 90 degrees. What you can do is you could get a Zoo Med heat mat. You could get heat tape if you wanted. You could find your way to heat a corner or 1/3 or so, 1/4 or 1/3 of the enclosure is good for heat for a leopard gecko. And there you go. So you have your entire leopard gecko setup. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed. It was a fun, quick video for me to make. A 2020 leopard gecko complete setup. And I want to do a care guide next. So talking about the food, nutrients, calcium, all that, multivitamins, all the mixes that you need for a leopard gecko care. But I wanted to do a setup first, just so I can show you guys once you get your leopard gecko, or if you're thinking about getting a leopard gecko, you can definitely refer to this video, which shows you pretty much just how to take care of your leopard gecko. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like the video. It helps my channel out so much. Share it, subscribe. It really helps us. We're growing really fast right now. We're almost at 200 subscribers, so our goal for 2020, of course, is 1,000 subs. There will be an unboxing video coming out shortly. I'm going to be unboxing 4 beautiful leopard geckos. So I'll see you guys next time.